So I've actually never met someone who set out to build a home that is unhealthy, uncomfortable, and unaffordable to live in. But the real problem is that most homes in New Zealand use the standards set out by the mandatory minimums in our building code as the level of performance to create healthy, comfortable, and affordable homes. Hi, my name is Sharon. I'm an architectural designer and I help people create healthy and valuable homes. And if you find content like this useful, hit the follow button. So how do we fix this? There is a tool called energy modeling. Before I tell you why energy modeling is invaluable, I'm going to tell you what it actually is. Energy modeling takes data from a design and puts it through a series of calculations using areas, thermal values, site values, and a whole heap of complicated mathematical equations. And at the end, you get some figures, which means that you can compare one design option to another by comparing apples with apples, because no two designs are going to have the same areas, lengths, and so on. They're always going to be different. There are three really important figures that come out of this calculation. So one relates to overheating. So we can tell if a design is prone to overheating. If we use energy modeling as a design tool, we can then adjust the design to design it out. The second is energy demand. In other words, the amount of electricity the design is going to use. Now, high performance homes have very low power bills. If we identify a design is going to be expensive to live in, we can start making adjustments in the design stage, benchmarking it against that energy modeling to bring the power bill down before the house is even built. And the third really important valuable figure is we get a heating demand. That means that we can determine how much energy is going to be needed to heat that design to 20 degrees Celsius in the cooler months. So this is important because high performance buildings are easy and affordable to heat. The design does the heavy lifting in order to keep the house warm or cool and dry. So don't rely on the building code to create a healthy, comfortable, and valuable home. My advice to you is to engage an architect or architectural designer or someone who can do energy modeling to collaborate with your architect or architectural designer early on in the process. That way you can make sure the cheapest place to create a high-performance building, which is the design stage, is where the work happens. If you have any questions about energy modeling and building performance, you're welcome to comment on this post or reach out to me using a DM on this platform. And if you're in New Zealand and you'd prefer to do a phone call, book a 15-minute chat with me at a time that works for you. The link is in my bio.